Salam alaikum everybody. Welcome back to Let's Level, the World of Warcraft War Within series, featuring our heroine femme fatale Blood Elf Paladin Vlera, episode 8. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. It is quite interesting to see Worgen all the way from Gilneas in Tirisfal Glades, but yet here we are. Just outside of Brill, you disgusting vermin. Get out of here. We don't like y'all. Y'all gotta get out of here. Scram skadoodle, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Just in case this is your very first time tuning into the series, top right corner of the screen is going to be a card that'll take you directly to this specific leveling series playlist. And throughout the video, you'll see other cards featuring some of the other character leveling series and their respective leveling journeys. Last episode, we took care of pretty much all of Brill, and now we are at the crosswalk. We can decide to go to Silverpine in the west, or go to everyone's favorite, the Plaguelands, to the east. And I'm kind of... I want to flip a coin, but I really don't know. Give me a second. I'm still trying to debate here real quick. Because on one hand, we can go to Silverpine. I'd really like to see how Silverpine is on the retail. However, the Plaguelands, it's just... You reminisce on it. You hate it in Classic. I think most of us really just didn't like the Plaguelands. That Sylvana statue is sick, by the way. Absolute, just sheer authority. I think we're gonna... I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Just in case y'all are tuning in for the very first time, this is a leveling playthrough series. Main objective is to level every class, different race every single time, or at least most of the time. As much as I can. It's the journey and not the destination. Learn a class, different race, get to experience Azeroth through a beginner's eyes, and just have fun, enjoy it, and learn. Go through our due diligence on each and every single spec, or not every single spec, excuse me, role, damage dealing, tank, and healing. I think we're gonna go to the Plaguelands, y'all. I think we're gonna bite the bullet and go back to everyone's favorite endgame, classic-wise, everyone's favorite endgame area for leveling. For pretty much any character I've ever leveled, the Plaguelands is typically the last home stretch that I would do, at least back when 60 was the original level cap. The Plaguelands is pretty much the final hoorah. You'd go to the western Plaguelands and then you go deeper into the east, each area getting more and more corrupt as it went. Nice to see that there is the battleground area. I say battleground, but the staging battleground area. High Executor Darrington. Gosh darn right we're at war with the Scarlet Crusade. Shoot. We're always at war with them. When has it ever ended? When has it ever changed? You know what I mean? Andorhal, huh? Speak with the Bat Handler. Timothy, speaking with Timmy? Yeah. Ooh. Timothy Cunningham in the... Oh, no, I'm sorry. I might be thinking of the other Bat Handler in the Undercity. He had a very interesting quest chain back in the Classic that was pretty funny, and you thought originally it was serious, and by the end of it you realize it's not. Like, the dude's life simply doesn't change just because.
Trust no one.
And just like in the previous episode, we're going to be using a little bit of ambience in the background. Suits the vibe, suits the area. Hope y'all don't mind. But let me know. I'm definitely curious as to, especially considering episode 7 was the introduction to it. We're carrying that into episode 8, but prior to, there was no background music at all. I'm probably going to continue it for a few more episodes, I would imagine. And then I think maybe when we start doing delves and the War Within content, I might swap it up a bit. But that's subjective. I haven't really thought that far ahead yet. Andorhal, this is a pretty new area to me. Very similar to Brill. And a little bit bigger. A lot more things to do. Is that a Death Knight? Called Tyra Deathweaver. I'm pretty sure you're one of the... I'm pretty sure I recognize you, unless I'm getting him confused with one of the other Lich King mongrels. What in the world is a Death Knight doing here? We're at war with the Scourge, not joining sides with them.
Embrace the shadow.
What now? Dark Lady, watch over you. Patience, discipline.
So the battle for Andorhal definitely seems very key for the Forsaken and undoubtedly for the Blood Elves, or for the Cinder Eye, simply because if the Forsaken wins, we win at the same time. It's just how it goes. The Blood Elves and the Forsaken are brothers and sisters. There's no denying that. So let's help them take this key stronghold point in the Western Plaguelands. The heck? Who are you, good sir? A human warrior? Ah, you Andorhal. Okay, so there's still humans around. So not only are we battling the Scourge, or what's left of them, maybe, we're also battling the humans at the same time. Let's go ahead and pop our Consecrate, get that down. Help out our Forsaken brethren. I hope everybody's journey in Azeroth is going well, regardless of what iteration of World of Warcraft y'all are playing, be it retail, Cataclysm Classic, soon to be MOP, Seasons of Discovery, Classic Anniversary, Classic Era. Does not matter. I sincerely hope you all are having just as much fun as I am, and I hope you all are enjoying the series. If you are, I do have a little bit of a question, an inquiry, if you will. Maybe considering tossing the video a like. Do give it a comment if you feel like you can give me some tips on Paladin, and maybe even consider subscribing. Every little bit helps, but only, and I heed my words here, only consider subscribing if you feel like I've earned it. I'm trying to earn every single subscription possible. We're closing in on 50 subscribers. Again, I couldn't thank y'all enough. What started as a guild passion project turned literally into a Let's Player-esque style series. I've been having so much fun with it. WoW has truly reignited my passion for gaming. Andorhal, I don't remember this being a battleground or a conflict area in Classic. Maybe I wasn't paying attention, but I just don't remember it being overwhelmed. Like I think it was a human stronghold for sure, but I don't think, like, the Forsaken only went up to, in terms of the Plaguelands, because once you hit the cusp of the Plaguelands, you could join what were they called? I think it was the Silverhand, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it wasn't the Silverhand? Ah, goodness, I can't remember them. But there was a faction where the Horde and the Alliance were both, like, teaming up just for the sake of dishing out revenge to the Scourge and trying to contain them. Because the Scourge pretty much took Western. Like, Western Plaguelands was completely Scourge territory. And it's the one area that, you know, there was no help. I mean, well, there was, you know, outside of the camps and everything, there was no backup. You go neck deep in the woods, you were on your own. Also with the legendary city of Stratholme, where good old G-word was committed against people that truthfully didn't deserve it. A point of time where Azeroth was betrayed. And I know I said that at the Dead Scar in the Ghostlands, and yes, the Scar in the Ghostlands definitely was where, you know, a key point in Azeroth's time where, yes, it was betrayed. Especially because the Cinderai were the first ones to really take the brunt of everything, I would argue.
I don't have a target.
But that doesn't mean the humans didn't have their fair share of conflict. I mean, think about it, they were the first ones destroyed by the Scourge in a lot of ways. The only area of the humans that really withstood the test, and very brief, and trust me, I mean, going into the lore a little bit, the Scarlet Monastery was like the only faction that was even for the humans that I think was relatively close to the Plaguelands, and they were their own thing, really. Even Stormwind didn't trust those people. Psychopaths. We can all love Thymane. We all love Thymane, right? Am I right, fellas? But no thank you. No thank you. Not my type. Crazy. These dudes can take a beating. Even with Consecrate up, don't get, I mean, their HP drops, but I mean, they can absolutely take a beating. All right, 15 to 15. Let's head to the next objective. I think, oh, wow. All right, what do we got here? Whoa. Those dudes are saying, pulling a scorpion. Whoa. Okay. How on earth am I going to do this? And that Forsaken, look at that dude. What a legend. He's freaking just tanking them all. He doesn't give a darn. He said, Inshallah, we are gonna take this tower. Let's see if I can help him. Consecrate's doing a lot of work, but oh my goodness. Dude, this is crazy. I don't know if I'm supposed to, is this how, oh goodness, gonna have to pop the big guns. Jeez Louise, dude. I'm gonna have to back off. I can't handle that many. And they just keep respawning. My goodness. They're like hunters in Resident Evil 1. Or the zombies in Resident Evil 2. How on earth am I supposed to get in there? Am I missing something? How are they respawning like crazy? Holy crow. I mean, I was trying to help Forsaken bro down there, but poor guy. I mean, he was just like, oh, he's back at it. Well, I definitely can't go from the front. So how is one supposed to do this? How are we supposed to do this? Is there like a grenade or some kind that I'm supposed to toss at them that'll deplete the, because this clearly, there's a mechanic here. I'm missing it. I'm clearly missing a direct mechanic. Dude, that Forsaken bro. He deserves the Medal of Honor. Is there something, can we go in from the top? What is that, a summoning pit? What is it, like Yu-Gi-Oh? Is this Call of the Haunted? Summon the undead? Shoutouts to you, of those of you that know that, or can understand that reference. Defense mode, go, go, go. Ah, so there was a mechanic I was missing. Turns out it was in my inventory this entire time. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a perfect example of read the quest. I mean, I was reading it and I completely skipped over, hey, I'm giving you this item. Go handle this way, because otherwise you won't be able to do it.
What is it?
Learned a valuable lesson. Yeah, let's give that boy a cheer. Whoa. Oh, they're coming back. Alright, well, we did our part. Sorry, man. The skeleton's persevering over here. Oh, I feel bad for him. It's just gonna keep happening. I hope that dude's immortal. Alright. Well, I mean, we did our part. I'm satisfied with that. It's quite the performance there. It was quite an endurance round. Can you imagine if you actually had to run up that and then tire and get like completely bombarded by the skeletons constantly? It's crazy. Ooh, that bulldog snatched that little thing up. Looks like I'm gonna be hunting some dogs and what appears to be some of the hunters. What I imagine what the Forsaken are trying to accomplish here is they want that farm. The closer they can secure any of the lines, like supply lines and whatnot, to Andorhal, because Andorhal is the main conflict area, and the Alliance clearly have the midpoint captured and secured. So if we can take the farm, we can take the crops. We take the crops, we can control a supply route of some kind. At least that's my interpretation. English Bulldog over here. I'm a fan of dogs. The English Bulldog's not so much. It's not one of my preferred breeds. I figure if you're gonna go for a bulldog, you may as well go for a pit bull. You know what I mean? Like pitties are just, they're just highly so misunderstood. Bismillah 47. Great work, team. We are climbing the ladder above halfway to our grind to level 80. It's going faster and faster. It's crazy. But yeah, I'm a big fan of pit bulls. But I've grown up with pit bulls, German shepherds, king shepherds, Rotties, Jack Russells. Name the breed. I can't say I've probably had it. Favorite small breed of dog. I'm partial to the terriers and the Jack Russells. Great farm dogs. But I will say this, my personal favorite gotta be the Westie. Scotland, y'all have one of the coolest breeds of small dogs ever, of the terriers. Westie's incredible dog. I had a Westie. She took no crud from anybody. As small as she was, she would put the king shepherd on her back. She was the true alpha. Girl, shoot, fun story. The Westie I had, dude, Athena, true beast. She went after, one day we had a black bear somewhere in the wood line, and she darted straight after it. No fear, nothing. Took me a minute to realize what was going on until I saw the tree move, and then I looked up and I was like, oh my goodness, it's a black bear. But yeah, I mean, she chased that thing. Bear ran up the tree. Stood no chance. That was such a proud moment for her. Tell you, man, Westies, great earth dogs. Great earth dogs, great dogs. Hypoallergenic, can't go wrong. I can't find any breeders of the Westies down where I am currently, but if I ever get the chance to go back to my home state, be more than happy to get another one. Charred Outpost. What's up with the purple flames there? Oh gosh, spiders again. Jeez, I can never get away from these things. I kind of want... It's not like the hunters are hard to find, it's just they're kind of spread out a good bit. Dude, I can't wait to see this farm when we take it over. I can't wait to see what's gonna happen. Like, are we gonna plague bomb it, or are we gonna utilize it for resources, or are we even taking POWs? Are we even doing that, or is this scorched earth policy forsaken? I know if the Cinderai were leading the charge, it pretty much would be scorched earth. Hopefully y'all are having a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Well, by the time this video comes out, it's probably going to be a weekday. Currently, it's a Sunday. Beautiful Sunday. Had a great one. Preparing for the long, long work week ahead. Very long. Actually, I just got a text not too long ago. Good old E4 messaging me and saying, hey, we got a ceremony tomorrow. Make sure those boots are polished. I'm like, God darn it. I actually had to go in and find the boots because I'm like, or dress shoes, I should say. I was like, man, I didn't even think I was gonna wear these things, let alone, like, it's been a while. I didn't think I was ever gonna pull these things out again. I was like, all right, spit shine, all that. Ugh. How many coats does it take to spit shine dress shoes? The answer is yes. The answer is yes. How much spit shine you want on them? Yes. I did before I hopped on the game, I did like 3 coats, and I was like, all right, I'm done for a little bit. I'll do another 3 before gotta head to this ceremony. All right, so it's interesting that these plagued bears, or the diseased ones, are also in between the other bears that are fine. You would think one apple would spoil the bunch, but not quite. So we actually have to hunt each individual diseased bear. Because I don't think, because it doesn't seem like the regular ones drop them, or drop the item we need. So we'll go ahead and take care of that. Imagine this thing showing up and like at your front door or something. I would not open that door. I would get out of Dodge very quickly. Thankfully, having lived in the country, we know how to deal with things, but never had inshallah, never had an encounter with anything rabid in all my years living out in the country. Everything's pretty calm and collected, so to speak. There's another one. And that's a regular. And there's a hunter right there with his bulldog. I think I'll come back to this. The conflict over there and is interesting me a little bit more. Let's get out of the repetition a little bit. Cleanse the palate. Dude, look at that freaking pool of like corpse grindy stuff. Like, what? Dude. Errol the Era. Excuse me. Era the Summoner. Ooh, a Necromancer. We're gonna go take care of one. Cool. Let's do it.
I shall serve.
Called Sire, what do you got for us?
We have died. Others may live.
Okay.
What do you require?
And Miss Ravensun, here is yours. Very nice. That's a big amount of EXP. I think it's time for a quick tea break. One moment, y'all. Oh, wow. You like that drop in? So do I. I love doing that. It just looks cool. So he wasn't too far away from the camp, or from the, our little campsite. It's very cool. It's a nice little Instagrammable moment right here. Moment of peace before charge in. Alright, Necromancer. Y'all can go back to Hades. Oh, heck. That was a very clever little move there. Good sir. But y'all can go back to Razorfin Crawl or wherever. Crawl. Y'all can crawl back to Razorfin Down, you know what I mean? Or whence you came. Dude, these skeletons are beating me up here a little bit. Thank goodness we had that grenade there to help us out. I know we're supposed to stay away from the summoner, i.e. Final Fantasy 10, but not that kind.
What is your desire? We do what
Yeah, he was a formidable. He was, well, no, he wasn't a formidable opponent. I'll tell you who was though. Ooh, Scourge Skullamancer. Looks like we'll get a belt for our troubles. And we're hitting every cool looking mob in this in this area.
we do what the living.
Ravenian. Man, they're really going hard on the Plaguelands vibe here, because two of those models, well, one of them specifically, the zombie looking dude, that's one that you definitely would see in Stratholme, and the other one, dang, look at that chain. That dude, holy crow. Nobody's playing games here. This is like true war.
I need to target something.
Yeah, that's a mob you would see in Strath, and the Scourge Necromancer. Earliest you would see him in Classic is Shadowfang Keep. Or, not him specifically, but just that type of mob. This Frankenstein looking dude, the model's super cool. I think it's not utilized enough. At least I don't remember a dungeon that outside of Strath that would utilize that model a lot. I don't know, maybe there's some in Naxxramas or something. That could be a cool raid we can do down the road. Well, that guy was a complete pushover. And it looks like our Dark Mage is over yonder. Man, I mean, you gotta see this, dude. Y'all, the Alliance took a beating here. It doesn't seem like they could win at all. Maybe that's why they ended up retreating to the to that campsite, to that little farm area that we're gonna undoubtedly take. Using a good amount of our abilities here. Let's make quick work of this guy. Oh, what? Oh, you cheating. Oh, nice. Who the heck is the guy on the right? I know the gentleman on the left, but... Oh. What kind of animation was that? I fell down and then I get, like, thunked by the staff a few feet. What was that? It looked cool, and then that happened. I was like, oh, this looks so weird. Bismillah. Go back to hiding in your hidey hole there, dude. Well, it looks like we got 2 Death Knights. One on the Alliance side, apparently. Thessarian, and ours on the Horde. I want to say I recall Thessarian as one of the DKs that revolted, but it looks like they've got some inner conflict going on, and looks like they're going to settle the score for this, who gets control of this turf. I mean, obviously the Blood Elf is going to win. Come on. Dual wield swords all you want. That green on that tint is way cooler. And he's a Blood Elf. Just, I mean, come on. We got a nice little bit of lore here going on in Andorhal. I gotta say, I really like that. So I'm wondering if us doing what we did, once we turn these in, do we take control, or is there like a follow-up to where we're gonna see Coltyra and his old former compadre go at it?
Cannot stop us. We have died. Others may live. Death alone cannot stop us.
Okay, looks like we're gonna hold off on attacking the Alliance. I'm perfectly fine with that. I think there's a mutual agreement there. I think it's time for another tea break, though. I gotta catch up on these talents here for a second. Catch you guys in a little bit.
What now?
So we're back at the initial point for the Western Plaguelands. I think what we're going to do is take care of a few more objectives here. The farm in particular, just before Andorhal.
Patience. Discipline.
I think we're going to finally start to take that, and I'm very, very curious as to how this is going to pan out. Now the big question is going to be, are we taking prisoners or are we not? The Fellstone Field. So I went ahead a little bit. We were tasked with putting plague samples in key points of the farm, which is now causing hysteria amongst the little population. We have the charred outpost over here, so I'm wondering, ooh, is that
What is it?
Miss Ravensun? It seems like you have a few, seems like you're kind of going against orders here a little bit. How did she, whoa, we get access to the Valkyrie? Nice. But how does she have access to that? The Valkyrie are only controlled by, in my eyes, I think they're only controlled by 2 people. The Lich King, 1, and Sylvanas. How on earth did a Forsaken get the ability? This dude's roundhouse kicking me like a crazy man. You are Forsaken now. Let's cue, I said in the last episode, oh wow, he dragon kicked me. Let's cue up the Marilyn Manson music. This time we'll do a little bit of Rob Zombie. He did it again. He's not going down without a fight, I appreciate that. But it sucks to suck, my friend. You now join us. So there's something about Miss Ravensun that goes a little bit deeper than meets the eye here, because again, how does she have access to that? This would be such a cool ability to have. I don't know if it's like a Death Knight hero talent or anything, like Call of a Valkyrie or something, or maybe like a Call of Odin. This is the first time I'm actually like getting to like see this. I mean, the only time in an MMO I've ever fought a Valkyrie was Odin in Final Fantasy XI, and that was during Einherjar. What was it, 9 or 11 levels that you and your guild would have to go down, and then you'd be blessed with the opportunity to fight Odin. And during that fight, he'd summon all of his Valkyrie to fight, which would like completely decimate ranks. Unless, so what you would do is you'd have like your highest top damage dealers, your best geared ones would be specifically in their own group, while the healers and everything are focusing on the tank who's focusing on controlling Odin. Like the damage dealing teams would just rove around killing all the Valkyrie as fast as they could, and they were pretty much responsible for themselves. There wasn't, you know, maybe there'd be a healer with y'all, maybe probably there wouldn't be. Good old times. Back when the level cap in 11 was still 75. So things were really, really tough. So, Miss Ravensun, you can summon Valkyrie, which is weird. You're able to communicate with us, which is through the Valkyrie, which is incredible. So you're more than meets the eye. Now my next question is, did you do all this to the Scarlets?
Dark Lady, watch over you.
I mean, they're purple flamed here, lady. Did she do that? Oh, that was a nice little boost. Wasn't expecting that. Alright, so now we gotta boost morale here, and we gotta get these guys to slaughter the village. This is sick. Get these guys mobilized to slaughter a village? What are we, are we the Red Army or something? Using the peasants to commit the dirty work? Like, does this get any cooler, y'all? This is why you join the Horde. Alright, boys, have at it. Well, that was quick. This is totally a Heroes of Might and Magic moment. Because, like, the peasants, believe it or not, are the strongest enemy. Might and Magic 3. Armageddon's Blade, they were the strongest enemy type if you built them right. If you built them right. I mean, you can play the undead like a lot of top tier gamers, but real ones know the peasants are the true victors. Look at this. This is sick. This is why the Forsaken and the Horde are still top dogs in Azeroth. It's stuff like this. Where on the Alliance can you do this? I'll wait. I mean, I don't know anybody. I'm sure y'all have a quest that could be similar to this, but come on. Come on. So cool. We're just gonna burn the whole village and take out a Scourge too on top of this? Yo, show is symbolizing strength and unity. Strength in numbers, y'all.